Okay, let me start with the nation. Economy rapidly responding to reform stimulus, says Tinubu. 32 fear dead in Ibadan stampede. Federal government gives Banana Island residents others ultimatum over documentation. Customs stops VAT payment on CNG domestic gas. Leadership row rocks Office of Accountant General of Federation. CBN limits cash withdrawal from POS to 100,000 naira. Okay. So
okay, let me start with this really sad story, really, truly devastating, according to even the governor of Oyo State. So they said a children end-of-year funfair ended in tragedy in Ibadan yesterday. A stampede at the venue of the event led to the death of more than 30, mostly children. This is truly sad, you know. They said the event was organized by women in need of guidance and support, whose founder is believed to be Queen Naomi Shikemi. That's the former wife of the Ooni of Ife. And they said the objective of that funfair was to give 5,000 naira to 5,000 children and to make free food available to all the attendees. But what happened, you know, the report says they spoke to witnesses that were there and victims, that many people got to the venue from, some people as early as 5 a.m., 6 a.m., they were there, so many of them with children waiting, you know, to get into the venue. Before the venue even opened, there was a huge crowd of people, and they were already pushing on each other. Some people were already fainting even before the gates were open. And then when they came to open the gates, because of how many they were, even those for the events now decided to just close the gates because there were just too many people. And that led to a stampede. And sadly, many children were dead, you know, and other victims, many injured. As of now, they're saying it cannot be less than 30.
Oh my God.
At the hospitals, they said, you know, some people ran in with children. They were like, oh, they just fainted, but they realized that they were brought in already dead. Parents screaming and crying. Some families are still looking for their children. So there's a whole list of hospitals that have been put out for you to go and check this. Then the deputy governor of the state also, you know, they say he took people to the various hospitals to just pay condolence visits. And he mentioned that the government was not part or involved with this funfair. And but thankfully, the commissioner also speedily arranged health workers, you know, to help with the situation. And he said that, you know, going forward, these sort of events need to be done in collaboration with government and health workers, you know, to provide safety during this period. It's truly sad, well-intentioned from the event for children, and see how it turned out. Really, truly sad. We need to do better planning, and, you know, this is... my heart goes out to all the families.
Their souls rest. It's really sad indeed. Okay, another story in the nation.
Yeah. So, go ahead. Yeah. So the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has introduced a new policy to strengthen its drive towards a cashless economy, setting a daily maximum limit of 100,000 naira per customer for agency banking operators, known as point of sale, POS operatives. This directive, outlined in a circular issued on Tuesday by the CBN's Payments System Management Department, you know, also aims to enhance the use of electronic payment channels to address operational challenges, combat fraud, and establish uniform standards across the industry. They also said that the daily limit transactions for any POS should not exceed 1.2 million naira. And then that this would also, that they're going to monitor these transactions by using the BVNs, and they have to ensure that the agents use the approved agent code of 6010 for all transactions, so that they can really monitor to make sure that the POS operatives are actually following the directives of the CBN.
Okay. So President Bola Ahmed Tinubu yesterday said that the economy is responding positively to the stimulus engineered by the ongoing reforms. He assured Nigerians that soon they will begin to reap the benefits of all the reforms. He said, while he was presenting the 2025 budget estimate of 49.7 trillion to a joint National Assembly session. The figure is almost 2 trillion higher than the 47.9 trillion initially announced by the Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, that's Senator Atiku Bagudu. And Bagudu had earlier said Monday at the Federal Executive Council meeting that some adjustments directed by the President would be made before the presentation. And so we're seeing almost 2 trillion higher in terms of adjustment. So they said this defense and security received the highest sectoral allocation of 4.91 trillion. Infrastructure got 4.6 trillion. Health and education got 2.48 trillion, and 3.52 trillion was given to those. They said the proposal entitled the Restoration Budget, Securing Peace, Rebuilding Prosperity, strikes at the very core of the renewed hope agenda. And according to him, it demonstrates a commitment to stabilizing the economy, improving lives, and repositioning the country for greater performance. He says this is reinforcing the administration's roadmap to peace, prosperity, and hope for a greater future, that they are targeting 34.82 trillion in revenue to fund the budget. And this is quite ambitious, but is necessary to secure our future. They're also working to see how they can reduce the exchange rate. They said they're hoping that from 1,700 to $1 to 1,005, and it's been fluctuating because I've been following up on that. And they said this is because there's a reduced importation in fuel, and that's why we're seeing those changes. So before December, runs out, we'll likely see it going below 1.5, and all of that.
Hopefully, we'll see that. Finally, in the nation, the Nigerian Customs Service yesterday announced the removal of VAT from our regular cooking gas, that's LPG, and the compressed natural gas, that's the CNG. It announced a 0% import duty on all the products. Okay. Consequently, all the people who have actually imported already would have to, all the debit notes issued to petroleum marketers who have already imported the LPG using these codes from August 2026, and today will be withdrawn by the NCS within the line previously, within the previous approvals. So according to these, they are removing the VAT from these two key commodities. The exemption encompasses all equipment related to compressed natural gas and the LPG. In addition, the following items are now zero rated for VAT. So they listed quite a few items related to the LPG and CNG. So that's good, at least to help to reduce it. Remember, we had a guest who said before the end of the year, there are measures that are being taken to further reduce the cooking gas. So that's what we're seeing right now. Okay, we have to go on a very short break. When we come back, we'll move on to Punch. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.